Hello, and welcome back to American Aupair Host Mom. Today, we're going to be talking about the education requirements for au pairs in the United States. This means that au pairs are required for the year that they are here to complete 6 credits from an educational university or accredited system. There are many options to complete this, and obviously each option has pros and cons between time, cost, and reliability. To list a few, there's the obvious ones such as community colleges and universities, which you can take either just classes or do a whole program. There are English classes or ESOL classes for those who want to better their language skills. There are au pair weekends, which allow the au pair to do a little travel and learning at the same time, and this is usually a quick option. And then there's some out-of-the-box things, such as auditing a class or auditing a program in certain cases. So let's break this down just a little bit more. First of all, right from the start, you should warn your au pair that almost all of these options are going to cost more than the required $500 that the host family needs to contribute to the au pair's education. This can be a shock for many, as our programs are much more expensive than many around the world. So $500, when they first hear this, they think that they can go and get a whole program completed, and the reality is nothing is that cheap. So for starts, what are our cheaper options? One of them happens to be the one that my recent au pair did and had a good experience with, which was the Au Pair Weekend. If you Google this, there are several companies that are targeting education for au pairs and travel. They are usually targeted to flying to big cities. So in the case of my au pair, she decided to go to Washington, D.C. And she signed up for a double class that would then meet twice and complete her entire 6 credits of requirements. So for example, when she signed up, she had a lot of pre-work that needed to be done. You definitely want to start on this ahead of time. It's just a lot of reading, answering a multiple choice questions, maybe a few paragraphs of writing on maybe some history in her case for Washington, D.C. and government. And then she flew out on a Thursday night and returned back, I don't know if it was Sunday night or Monday morning, but the programs usually run Friday afternoon to Sunday night. So they need to be prepared to not be there, be at your house during that time. And they also need to be prepared that not only do they need to pay for the program, which varies between $500 and $800 if you're going to do the single or the double. Hers was $800 because she did the double, which got her both credits that she needed, the 3 credits and then the 3 credits again. And then when she finished in January, she was supposed to fly out again in March back to Washington, D.C. and do something very similar. This is exceptional in the fact that COVID hit and she was able to finish that up remotely on the second time. But a lot of au pairs like this because it gets them to get out and see another city. Besides DC, I know there are similar programs that hit up Chicago, New York City, Tampa, San Francisco, and I'm sure there are many others. So go ahead and Google that on the internet for Au Pair Weekend. Another common one, a lot of au pairs come into this program because they want to improve their English. So many will sign up for an ESOL or English as a second language program. The cheapest options will be through maybe an adult community center or something that's offering continuing education. But of course, there are programs in community colleges and universities. The balance will just be the cost of these programs, so you want to investigate. I'd also encourage you to go ahead and reach out to your local LCC, that's your local cluster coordinator. This person is going to be really used to the fact that all the au pairs need to complete the education requirement and hopefully should have a decent list of options for your area. One of the challenges to go beyond English classes, some au pairs who do speak very good English like mine want to do other things, and it's not easy. Many of the universities will not let you just take one class. You have to sign up as an international student, and when you do this, there are extra fees that come on top of that just to take a class, something that you definitely want to investigate and be aware of. I have heard of some interesting options where people know professors or they contact the university and ask if there's an auditing version. In this case, they actually may be able to audit the class and take it for free and just get a letter from the professor that they did complete it, and this would count for a credit. But if you do this option, definitely check with your Aupair agency to see that this will fulfill the requirement. So between these, then obviously going for a university or college is going to cost more, especially if you're going to have to pay all those international student fees, which J1 visa students will have to do. But obviously there's more choices and diversity there, and they get that experience of being with other Americans, which was originally the spirit of the program, that they got to feel what it was like to be an American student in a university. So these basically are some of the key options that I'm aware of. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, as I'm always looking for more ideas for my future au pairs. And with that, I'd also encourage you to go check out some other YouTube videos that we're showing about au pairs. Thank you.